If you have defeated the bosses with little or okayish difficulty so far in the First Berserker Khazan till this point, then get ready for a real challenge now. MALUCA is one of the worst bosses you will encounter in the game, as he has ranged, melee, and various unblockable attacks that would make you want to rage quit. And on top of that, he can regenerate his health too. So the first thing you need to defeat MALUCA is to bring Chaos Resistance consumables, Soul Tearstone Shard for extra health regen, and Vitality Sphere to speed up stamina recovery. During Phase 1 of the MALUCA boss fight, he will mainly use his 2 swords to deal lunge attack and a 5-hit combo strike. He'd also do a kick attack at times, and none of these attacks are hard to perfect guard, so make sure you either do that or dodge them, and try to regenerate as much spirit gauge as possible, as you will need these for Phase 2. Of the boss fight, since we are using the spear, and we also recommend you use this weapon as well against the MALUCA boss fight instead of dual wield and greatsword, your go-to attack pattern should the swift attacks. Once you have triggered the moonlight effect, do the potent blow attack or a few more chained attacks. You must take advantage of the increased stamina recovery from the moonlight effect and try to be as much on the offensive side as possible. Your focus should be to deplete MALUCA's stamina bar so that you can deal a brutal attack and deal great amount of damage. When you have depleted about 30% health or more of MALUCA, he will try to regenerate some amount of his health. We are not sure if you can interrupt it using a charged potent blow attack or not, but this does happen, and the best thing to do would be to continue assaulting him and deplete his health, which otherwise would have been regenerated. After this point, MALUCA will charge his blades with a wind aura and launch projectiles toward you. These attacks can be blocked, dodged, or perfect guarded. In any case, try not to get hit by these, as you'd take a massive hit on the health bar. After depleting MALUCA's health to about 50%, he will trigger Phase 2 of the boss fight. He transforms into chaos form and wields dual katanas. This is the hardest phase of any boss encounter you will face at this point in the game, so the best play here is to play defensively instead of being on the offense. Even if you try to attack MALUCA, he will remain in a defense stance most of the time and would hardly take some beating. The best way to be on the offense during MALUCA's Phase 2 is when he performs one sword swing and then retreats and rushes towards you to perform a long chain strike. This is when you need to unleash all of your spirit points by using the Phantom Heatwave skill. The boss will not be able to hit you, since you will be protected by the skill, and you will trade damage to the boss at the same time with each blocked attack. And if you have applied a fire or lightning status ailment on Khazan's weapon, then Phantom Heatwave will deal increased damage to the boss per hit. Once the combo is done for, the next strategy should be to regenerate the spirit gauges by dodging, perfect guarding, or attacking whenever the opportunity arises. Of course, you can regen the spirit using consumables, but if you do not have those, then this is the only play now. MALUCA's devastating attacks are the charged sword strikes. This is easily spotted from the purple glow whenever MALUCA charges his sword. You can stagger the boss if you happen to do a perfect dodge here, which is very difficult to pull off. Or you can dodge his first attack, which will then be followed by another. He will do this 3 times, and then he will switch to another deal combo that involves a horizontal charged slash, followed by a vertical one. After exhausting his combos, MALUCA will switch to the dual swords from katanas, and this is the time you go on the offense. The attack patterns are the same as you have seen in Phase 1, but these will be a little amplified in terms of speed. Just focus on finding the opportunity when to attack and when to dodge or block. This boss fight is a real test of patience, so do not get hasty even if you think you are in control. Repeat the strategy we have mentioned so far, and you will defeat MALUCA. Maybe not in a single try, but rather easier than before. And that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed what we shared, then don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for more similar content. We have a lot of boss fight video guides, collectibles, and 100% mission walkthrough videos on the channel, so subscribe and let us help you get through the game easily.